Hey, profiteers, welcome back to Pawsitive Profit, the show where we help you turn your passion for baking into a successful dog treat business. I'm Kara Brothers, and today we're diving in to a really fun and creative way to package your delicious dog treats. We're going to learn how to make your own grease-proof cookie cards. Hey, profiteers, welcome back to Pawsitive Profit, the show where we help you turn your passion for baking into a successful dog treat business. I'm Kara Brothers, and today we're diving into a fun and creative way to package your delicious dog treats. We're going to learn how to make your own grease-proof cookie cards. These cookie cards are not only adorable, but they're also functional, providing a cute packaging solution and a gift all in one. Stay tuned because by the end of this video, you'll have two great methods for making your own cookie cards at home, saving you a lot of money. Cookie cards are cute. They are designed cards that can be either printed at home or at a local printing store or even online. You can also purchase cookie cards and designs online or make your own. They're a great way to add a personal touch to your dog treats, making them the perfect gifts or just generally sales, making them perfect for gifts or sales. In this video, I'll show you how to make these cookie cards yourself. Here I have some Miss Cookie packaging cookie cards. These come in packs of 25. They're grease-proof, food safe, and you can also buy a matching clear poly bag for them as well to fit in. They're also reversible. These are called sprinkles, and you get small sprinkles on one side, large on the other. Another one I like to use for my dog treats are the smiley faces, and on the other sides we have colorful dots, and these are really great for just general cookies. They don't have any particular theme in mind. There's no holiday associated with it. These are great for parties. I especially like to use these for my party favors. And then also the sprinkles for my party favors because they just say fun and festive. So these are my two favorite ones to use. If someone's going to buy a dog cake or something, a happy birthday cake, then I'll offer cookies as party favors and one of these cookie cards. They even have obviously themed ones too for every holiday you can imagine. These ones I got for St. Patrick's Day, clovers on one side, rainbow on another. These are called rainbow clover. But Miss Cookie Packaging also really caters to dog treat bakers. Of course she would. And how she does that is with her square paws, heart paws. So these ones are also perfect for all of your cookies. They are dog paws on one side, and then dog paws and squares, and then dog paws and hearts. These ones are just absolutely adorable. I love these ones. She just knocked it out of the park. So, with the clear poly bags, these cards fit easily right inside, and I'll show you what I mean. We'll take one out. Slip one inside. And this is not meant for a single cookie. If you did, it would have to be a very long rectangular cookie. But these are meant for many cookies, kind of on the smaller side. But these clear poly bags are great because, as you can see, there's a bit of an overlap. That's because when you add the cookies, it'll create mass, and your bag needs to be a little bit bigger to accommodate for that. There's also extra at the top, so you can gather it and put a bow or a ribbon or even heat seal that if that's what you want to do. So what I have is an example of cookies that I've already made and prepared where I've put these beautifully decorated banana chip cookies inside. It's beautifully presented, and this whole packaging keeps the cookies fresh and secure. But if you're on a budget, or maybe you can't find the designs that you're looking for on Miss Cookie Packaging or elsewhere, you can make your own grease-proof cookie cards at home for single cookies or packs of cookies. So you can find grease-proof wax paper in many different everyday patterns and colorful seasonal printed themes as well. And these are perfect for making your own cookie cards. And that's what we're going to make today. So let me show you some of the printed wax paper that I have used. I'm going to start off with my very favorite. This is the donut pattern. By the way, I get these all on Amazon. There's links below in the description for everything that we're using, so you can find everything really easily if you're looking for it, okay? So this is really waxy on one side and not so much, but a little bit on the printed side. And this goes with everything dog treats I love to put with this paper. It's just makes it a perfect choice. And then for summer, I'm almost out of this. We have sunflowers and suns. This is just such a happy, bright pattern, but it's also one that I like to use a lot. These come made by a lot of different manufacturers on Amazon, and some are thick, some are a little bit thinner. We can see here, this one with suns and sunflowers is a bit on the thin side as compared to the donuts. Also, I don't think they used white. It's more translucent, but they have different thicknesses, but they're both waxed paper. Okay, so we've got those two styles. Okay, this is a funny story. This is a Halloween style. And this is really how I got started making my own greaseproof cookie cards, because in our Dog Treat Baker Facebook group called Dog Treat Bakers, you can get there by going to facebook.com/groups/start-a-dog-treat-biz. One of the original members had posted and said, Miss Cookie Packaging is going to put out her packaging for Halloween and for us to get ready because new styles were coming out, as she does with all of her holidays. And so I was really excited. I hadn't ordered from Miss Cookie before, but I knew I wanted to. I'd seen other people's cookie cards and they just look absolutely fantastic. So I was all ready, and the drop hit and all of this beautiful styles were displayed, and I didn't have any money at the time to get them. I was so upset. Anyway, by the time I could afford to get some, all the new styles were gone and I was left with nothing. So that's when I got the idea how to make my own with these grease-proof wax paper styles. Okay. And this is one that I started with. And they have a lot of different styles on Amazon, all different kinds of prints for holidays and everything like that. So this is one I got for fall. It came all in one pack too. It had a lot of different designs in one pack. And these are great, big, nice, big sheets. Great weight. The weight of this paper is fantastic. We've got pumpkins, pumpkin spice. I think that's so cute. We have a cute little orange gingham pattern there. Fall leaves, which is a must. And I think there is one more. Is that it? We have got, well, apparently there was one more. I don't know what happened to it. Stripes. Here we are. Stripes. And then finally, fall colors. We've got some fall stripe pattern. And then we have leaves and pumpkins and gourds. And this came all in one pack, this big variety. Also, if you've not noticed, the size of the wax paper can differ, the wax paper sheets. So for example, this is one that had the multi-pack, and then this is the donut. You can see that the size difference here is pretty noticeable. So the good news is no matter what size you get here, either one will work for what we're doing. So generally I have found that they come in two sizes, either pretty much square or more like a rectangle. So either big or smaller, but either way, we can make this work. Last but not least, I can't forget Christmas. I have a couple of different styles, and this is one that I bought that I have not used yet, but it's the same width as the one I got for Thanksgiving. So a bigger style as well. So that'll come in handy during Christmas. But there's so many styles and different ones to choose from. Really, there are quite a lot. Materials that you're going to need for today's project are pretty simple. They're mostly going to be things that you have from home. You need printed grease-proof wax paper in the design of your choice. Today we're going to be using sunshine and sunflowers, and we're also going to be doing a cookie card in the donut pattern. You also need scissors or a paper trimmer in order to trim off the paper to make it to be. You also need scissors or a paper trimmer so you can cut your paper to fit. I really like the paper cutter from Fiskars. It's got a sharp edge right here, the measuring guide. This little arm pops out if you've got a bigger sheet of paper to work with to hold everything safe and secure. This is my go-to. I really love it. Love it a lot. But if you're just looking to cut something really quick, of course, a pair of scissors will do. This is kind of a rustic pair. Please forgive. All right, so we've got a paper trimmer. We've got scissors. We have our wax paper sheets. You also need tape so you can keep everything nice and secure. And you also need cardstock. Cardstock is important. So I've got some cardstock here that I will be using. Okay. So these are all the tools that you need for today's project. The other thing that you need will be a clear poly bag. And I recommend the ones from Miss Cookie Packaging for the cookie sets. You also need clear poly bags. We're going to be placing many different cookies on the cookie boards, just like we showed you here. So I've looked around on the internet to see if I could find any clear poly bags that would fit a card of this size. This size card is about, I believe, 9.5 by 3.5. And you guys, I really don't go anywhere without my trusty tape measure. I use this thing for everything. I use it all of the time in my dog treat business for sure. So let's see. About 9.5 by 2.5, pretty much. Okay. So I looked for bags that would fit that. The clear poly bags that actually go with this card are 3 by 12, and I had such a difficult time. So I made the decision that to splurge on this project and really give it a polished look and still keep costs down, I went ahead and got these clear poly bags, and then I cut my cardstock in the same size as the cookie board from Miss Cookie Packaging. And that way it slips in perfectly and there's no problem at all. Now for single cookies, I'll recommend that you go, which I did, and you can get these in any size, but these are 4 by 6 bags. They have a resealable or a sealable tape at the top. All you do is fold it over and then it seals. And these are perfect if you're going to do a single cookie. So I have some smaller cardstock here. The cardstock I was able to find this is 4.5 by 6.5 inches. It's too big, obviously, so I'm going to have to cut that to fit, which is no problem. But this is great if you're going to be doing a single cookie. It works great for a single cookie. You can even get a couple cookies in there depending on how big they are. So 2 projects today. We're going to be making a cookie card for lots of cookies and then a cookie card for a single cookie. Cardstock nonetheless, and then poly bags depending on what size you want. Again, I go with the 3 by 12 directly from Miss Cookie Packaging, and then I got these on Amazon and these are 4 by 6. You'll also need, just like this cookie pack is secured with a bow up top, you'll need a bow of your choice. I try to get mine to match whatever color of wax paper I'm using. So I've got a couple different bows to choose from and ribbons. This one has a little dog paw print, such a cute ribbon. So I try to have different ribbon around depending on what I'm decorating. This might go good with the donut. I can see that being perfect with that. So you'll need bow or ribbon as well. And then I always put desiccant packs in my cookies. I'll do a smaller desiccant pack. This is 1 gram and this is 2 gram. They are both by a maker called Dry and Dry. I get this all on Amazon. There are links below. But Dry and Dry makes these desiccant packs, and I call them insurance to help my dog treats not to mold and stay fresher longer. Okay. And I've done videos on this before, but I'm going to put this in. You can see right here, I've got it in a long packet as well. I also do it for single cookies. I've got 1 gram in here. Really, it should probably be a 2 gram in here. And then I'll do a 1 gram for the single cookie, but they also make half grams as well. So you can opt for a half gram. And even though my dog treats are baked and they are crunchy, I also dehydrate them because baking is not enough to extend the shelf life months, even a year. But dehydrating on top of baking really can take it over the goal line and make your treats stay fresh and crunchy long after you have baked them. Okay. The reason I use these, I call them insurance because I feel it's going to even extend the shelf life that much further, or just make sure that any oops that might happen with mold stay away. I've had great success when I started using these, so I use them religiously now. So if you want to keep your cookies fresh, if you're not already using them, I would suggest using them for sure. I also pop them in my bags of dog treats. I'll do a 2-gram in my dog treats, my bag dog treats. And then if it's a smaller container, I'll do a 1-gram. We can get into that in another video though. Lastly, what you're going to need are stickers. So I like to put stickers on the front of my dog treats, either my business logo or maybe the name of what the treat is. And on the back, I'll have one sticker that will go towards the bottom. It'll actually cover the desiccant so you can't see it. You can also choose to tape the desiccant down if you're afraid it might fall out or something like that. So you can tape it down. But the sticker that I lay over the back has the ingredients for the dog treats as well as my guaranteed analysis, and it hides the desiccant, which is kind of a cool trick, and I'll show you how to do that. So let's go ahead and make the long cookie cards for multiple cookies. And again, all the materials that are mentioned in the video are linked down below in the YouTube description for easy access, or if you're listening to the podcast, they will be in the show notes. So making the long cookie cards for multiple cookies, the very first step is what you need to do is cut your cardstock, right? So your cardstock is going to be this giant piece of paper. You're going to cut it down either with your paper trimmer or your scissors to 9.5 inches by 2.5, maybe a little over 2.5 inches. Okay. And this is the perfect size for multiple cookies. As you can see with these cookies, I was able to get 6 of them on there. Oh, my banana chips are breaking. I was able to get 6 of them on there. And so it holds a lot of treats. It's also a really cute gift. So after you have trimmed your paper to 9.5 to a little over 2.5 inches long, we're going to wrap the sheet, or we're going to wrap the cardstock in your wax paper. Here's the time. So let's go ahead and do it. We're going to start with this one, the donut, and the print is going to be on the outside, of course. And we're going to use tape to secure our edges. Now you're going to want to use really heavy cardstock. This cardstock isn't very heavy. So instead of trimming off the extra paper, I really don't need this part. I'm going to go ahead and use it because it's going to add some reinforcement to what I'm doing here. Let me just make a little edge right there and bring this over and just secure it down. I really like this tape by Scotch. It's clear. None of the sort of opaque tape that you can tell that's tape. This really goes on very smooth, very clear. You're like, where's the tape? We know it's there. Okay, there's really not enough on the ends to bring it over for the donut design. That's okay. I'm still going to put a piece of tape on each end because I don't want the card slipping out from the top or the bottom. So this is just to help the card stay in place and not have any slipping. Okay, so there we have our front, and then we have our back that has that seam. We're going to grab one of these clear poly bags and put our card inside. And you'll see this is going to look amazing. And this is not taking very long at all, as you see. All right, so we put the card inside, shimmy that thing to the bottom. We have our front and we have our back. All right, so we need to put our label on. And by the way, it's a lot easier to put your stickers on first when your card is flat. Once you start stuffing it full of cookies and desiccant, it becomes bulky. And when you put your stickers on, it's going to warp, it's going to wrinkle. So the first thing I'm going to do, because we're making banana crunch cookies and I have it, I'm going to put these Banana Crunch cookies on. All the labels I get are from online labels, and I print them at home. This is a waterproof matte finish. There's a little bit of bleeding, and that was because of my printer. But I'll take one of these, pop it right off, and go to my board, and I'll put it, probably in the left-hand side. So now I can see I've got Banana Crunch cookies. They're a 6 count, easy enough. And we're going to, again, online labels. Sorry for the bleed. The printing didn't come out quite right from my printer. I fixed it now, but these are old labels I wasn't using, so I can use them for this demonstration. All right, so for the Banana Crunch cookie, I want to make sure my guaranteed analysis is there, my dog treat storage instructions, feeding recommendations, where it was manufactured by, my ingredients, my guaranteed analysis, everything I need to do. And I'll put it right at the bottom. It's a little bit too big to put sideways, but I'll put it at the bottom. And now, and obviously I would put the user freeze by date there, but I designed these labels in Canva also. So now when I put my desiccant in, the label is pretty much going to hide it. Just pop it in and shimmy it down till it gets down to the bottom. All right, perfect. Now you can't really see it at all. The last thing to do is load our cookies. And these are cookies I've already made. These are Banana Crunch cookies, like you saw before. And I know we need 6, so I'll get 6 of them out. I have to be careful with the banana chips. Sometimes they pop off. I try to get the ones that are flat. They have a way. The banana chips have a way of not being completely flat. Okay. So load in your banana chip cookies. And then I'll tell you how I made these cookies in just a second. Just shimmy them to the bottom. And you can kind of snake them, zigzag them, I guess, so we can get 6 in here. Perfect. Okay, so now we have our cookies perfectly in this package. They're looking great. All we need to do now is figure out something from the top. And I'm going to go ahead and use this white bow that has a twist tie back. I got a package of these on Amazon. I believe they came in a pack of 120. And I've used quite a bit of them so far. Miss Cookie Packaging does have these on her website as well. I found a cheaper price on Amazon, so that's what I'm using. And I'll gather the top. I don't heat seal these, by the way. If I was making cookies for humans, I would, because cookies, human people don't care for maybe stale cookies. You know, we like things to be really fresh. And of course we want that for our dogs, but human cookies don't have a shelf life for a year without preservatives for a reason, but dog treats can. So I don't heat seal these. So I'll just put the bow on the front. Gather the top up as evenly as you can. These bows, I mean, white is such a perfect color. It basically goes with every single holiday. And then I'll tape down the back of this. Easy for me to say. Where's the tape? All right. I'll tape down the back of the twist tie just so it doesn't poke out or snag on anything. And look at that. Look how cute. Look how cute that thing, that package of cookies is. And we made that in just a few minutes. I do have to show them side by side because, you know, I will say that the Miss Cookie packaging, the cookie board is a lot thicker than what I used. Had I used a really thick piece of cardstock, I wouldn't have, it wouldn't be as flexible, I guess. But keep it straight and you're not going to have any problem. So look at that. Look how cute that is. I love this. I love that she's got dog prints on hers too. I was not able to find any printed wax paper with dog paws. So Miss Cookie Packaging has got me there too. Hers is reversible. Ours is, of course, you can see a little bit of line. You can see that this is not quite as polished and professional as Miss Cookie Packaging. So choices to make for sure. If you can afford it, I'd go with her packaging. But if you're balling on a budget, this is the way to do it. All right. So let's talk about the banana cookies and how they were made. First of all, so I'll tell you how I made the banana crunch cookies. I'll explain how I made the banana crunch cookies. First of all, I used a peanut butter recipe, a standard peanut butter recipe, and I rolled it to 1/4 inch thick. I found these cookie cutters on Amazon, which is a graduated set of circular shapes. They're kind of locking, which is fun when you pick them up like that. But they have scalloped edges, all different sizes. So, so cute. And this is the size I used. And this one, let's grab our tape measure. This one, I think, is about a little under 2 inches is this one right here. But they go all the way up to 3.5 inches. So this is a cookie cutter I used. You can use either side, and I chose to use the scallop side because, you're able to see just that little bit of detail that looks so cute. I also used Pastries for Pets original icing, or P4P if you're talking in the Dog Treat Baker Facebook group. We know it as P4P. So Pastry for Pets original icing is what went on here. I never use the instructions. I always just mix with a little bit of water until it's the consistency I want, quite honestly. And then I dipped these cookies. I didn't pipe it on at all. I had a shallow bowl full of icing, and I took each cookie, dipped it, shook off the extra, and then put them on a drying rack. And they after they were on the drying rack, I added banana chips. And these banana chips I got from Winco in their bulk food section. If you are on the western part of the United States and you are in Washington, Idaho, Nevada, California, or Oregon, chances are you're going to have a store called Winco. Their bulk food section is amazing and it's cheap. Any banana chips will do. When I'm selecting these, I try to go for the whole banana chip. Obviously sometimes you get broken ones and that can't really be avoided. Sometimes the whole ones are so big they won't fit on the cookie, but you'll just have to sift through and find ones that do. Sometimes they're stuck together. You just pry them apart and sometimes it works. Try to get ones that are flat. They have a habit of curling and bending, which makes it so they don't stick onto the cookie very well. But there are so many good ones in here. And even if it's a big one and it won't fit on the cookie, I will break it in half so it will. So that's how I make my cookies. And soon I'd like to have a video where, let me know, do you want me to demonstrate these? Do you want a video on how I bake these and make these? I'd love to show you. These do really well. These cookies I sell out of when I go to markets. And I'll tell you what, I sell out of these packs before I'll sell out of the tub. Where is the tub? Okay, so here's the tub that I grabbed from, the big tub. These don't sell quite as well as these. These are $9.99 and you get 6. This is a 12 count, and I think this was $15, something like that. But I sell these for $9.99 and they always do great. They look great, they look professional, they look polished, and it didn't take us any time at all to make them. So now let's make our single cookie cards for if you have just one cookie and you want to display it. So we'll cut our cardstock to match our 4x6 poly bag with the adhesive strip. Again, our cardstock is just a little too wide to fit that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my paper cutter. Let's see here. I have to figure out the way that I normally do this on camera. All right. First, I'm going to decide which cookie I want, and I think I'm going to do, which one? The Prince cookie or the Happy Birthday cookie? We'll go with the Prince cookie. All right, so I can already tell I'm going to have to orient the cookie this way. All right. So if this is 4 inches across and I need room, I'm going to take an inch off this, an inch off. Perfect. And then just a little off the bottom, probably a 1/2 inch off the bottom, I'd say. I'm just eyeballing this, folks. The size you're going to be working with is not what I'm working with, so you're going to have to figure this out for yourself, how much you're going to take off, depending on what size poly bag you have. All right. So let's slide this in the package and see if it works, if it fits. And it does. Perfect. So now we'll wrap it just like we did the other one. But for this guy, we're going to use the sunflowers and the sun because this is so cute. It's so summer. It's so perfect. And I should have used 2. This is very thin. I didn't mean to buy it this thin, and now I have this whole pack of cardstock. That's very thin. If you find yourself running into having thin cardstock, just use 2 or 3 sheets just to make it thin, just to make it a bit thinner. But what I'm going to do is use all of this paper. See how the sun really pops when you put it against the white paper or the white cardstock? It really pops. It looks great. Gosh, this looks fantastic. So just tape it in place. And here we do have enough where we can flip up the edges also. This is something that you can do ahead. You can make these cookie cards ahead of time and keep them in a folder some kind of filing folder, maybe an accordion folder. So they're ready to take out. You can even label the folder, summer, spring, fall, Christmas, things like that. So you have your cookie cards ready just to pull out. And bonus tip, if you can put them in one of these, if you can put them in a poly bag and have it completely ready to go, that is best. All right, I always forget which way these go. I want my seam on the back, and I know it's the back because when I fold it over, that's going to be the back, and then that's going to be the really pretty front. Okay, so I've got that there. So I'm going to go ahead and add my stickers now. I already know that I want to. And for this one, I'm going to go ahead and I know my cookie will be oriented this way, so I'm going to display it that way. My little circle will be right in the front. The great thing about online labels is if I don't like where I place it, like I don't, you can you can see I've done a bad job. It's going to hang over the edge. All you have to do is remove it. It comes clean off, leaves no residue. It doesn't tear. Online labels are the best. I just want it in that corner right here. And as usual, I want a label. Looks like I have a Happy Bark Day cookie. That's okay. That's okay. My desiccant, I'll probably hide in this corner, most likely. Or I can do it right behind here, actually. So I'll put this towards on the bottom. And then when we add our desiccant pack, it'll hide it. There you go. Desiccant pack is inside. See? But you'd never know because it's hidden behind our sticker. All that's left to do is put our cookie in. And maybe we should do a Happy Bark Day cookie. Actually, no. We'll leave it like this. And seal it up. And with this one, you don't need a bow or anything. It's ready to go. A perfectly packaged, really adorable single cookie. All right. And this Prince cookie is also a peanut butter recipe. I just used a crown. It's got a crown cookie cutter. I rolled it a 1/4 inch thick. Look how much it puffed up. Quite a bit. But this bag can handle it. The 4x6 bag can handle it. I have pastries for pets icing, white icing all around. And then I took gold luster dust and I mixed it with a little bit of water and I painted on where I wanted the gold to be. Now, normally if this is a human cookie, you would use a clear extract, maybe lemon or maybe even vodka or something to mix with your luster dust. But because this is for dogs, no alcohol at all. So safe. So I made sure that after I did that, because it was water and wasn't going to evaporate right away, I let it dry really, really well after applying this. And it was tacky for a long time. I really did have to let this dry quite a bit. So there you have it. I'm going to show you our cookie cards. Look at this. Look how well we did with these cookie cards. And you can make these at home for a fraction of the price of what it costs. Okay. Again, the clear bag on this one was from Amazon, just cardstock and then waxed paper, printed wax paper and stickers from Amazon or from online labels. And then the clear poly bags are from Miss Cookie Packaging, bow from Amazon. The labels are from online labels. And then I have desiccant in each bag from Dry and Dry. If you've liked this video and you want to see more demonstrations like this, whether I'm baking a cookie or more packaging, let me know. Let me know what you want to see and tell me in the description or the comments. Send me an email if you like to support@pawsitiveprofit.com. or ask in the Facebook group. And you can get there by going to facebook.com/groups/start a dog treat business. You can get there by going to facebook.com/groups/start a dog treat biz. This is Kara Brothers. I'm so glad you are here with me and that we are learning how to do new things on the cheap, because when you have a dog treat business, there are a lot of expenses. You have a lot of overhead with this and that. And I found if I could get by with doing things myself, my dollar went farther, and so will yours. Until next time, go ahead and join that Facebook group. Please subscribe to the channel. It really helps. Give us a review on Apple Podcasts if you're listening there. And don't forget to check the description for all the links for the materials used in today's show. Don't forget to check the description for the links used in today's show. And until next time, happy baking, and don't forget to treat yourself well.